What's up, guys? Dakota again, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at the market live and looking at opportunities that we can capitalize off of for the week and for the month. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, last week I sent out the main things that I was already going to be looking at for this entire month, pretty much. In the middle of the week, I started looking a little bit more at EURUSD because I saw it was a really nice opportunity. So let's start on this pair and I'll break this down and then we'll continue with the rest on my active list. Okay, let's first start off the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, you see I have price pretty much boxed in with these levels. Now, ideally, I want to see price actually break through this area, but I don't want it to break through before actually retesting this zone down here. So basically what I'm looking for price to do overall, and this is just in my head while I'm doing this, I'm looking for price to reject here, come down, give me a few sell setups, retest here, and basically that is my correction and retest of this level. I'm looking for that to continue at least to that high. Okay, and if we zoom out, for the people that know, you know. All right, so that's what I'm looking for overall. That's a long term. May take forever, maybe the rest of this year or whatever, maybe, but that's fine. Then let's go down to daily and actually see what we can do today. Today, the phase that we're in a ascending channel, so definitely looking for a reversal here. I would look for a possible buy in this area. I don't like this correction. Has a possibility to create a triple bottom. I already have it down for a double bottom for that reversal. Okay, but really don't have an engulfing candle or major momentum pushing off of this just yet. So that's the next thing that we're waiting on. If we go down to the 1 hour, we can actually see a legitimate setup. The only thing that it lacks at the moment seems to be a kill zone. I'll go ahead and draw the kill zone and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, we got this impulse here, we got our correction here, and then if we go ahead and draw our kill zone right here in this area, and let's extend it all the way to the left. Hey, if you guys have any questions at all, go ahead, type it in the live chat section, or even type it in Discord channel. And you got questions or pairs that you want me to look at, I'll go over them before the call-ins. Okay, so we have a few retests or tests off this area. Price could possibly buy, but honestly this is like a bad area to buy at, because down here at this area I don't like to do anything in this area typically, but there's just a large potential for price here, close to 200 pips, and then right here it's about 80 pips. Okay, but here nevertheless there's a possible setup here. Again, I'm not going to be taking this. I'm going to be waiting for a sell. But if you want to take this, if you want to take this type of trade, like, mark it up yourself, do your own analysis. Now, there's my setup on the 1 hour. Let's check the fibs on it. Okay, so it's on the 50 and 61.8. Obviously, the deeper the better. If it goes down to 61.8, that's going to be beautiful. And I'll look for an entry on the 15-minute time frame. And then my SL can be, SL can be 40. I don't have to make it super tight. Be 40. We can go for that simple 80 right there. And if you don't mind holding, you know how to manage your trade, you could potentially target the 200, but I would just target this high here if I was trading it. All right. What is next? That's EURUSD. Pretty much got my full analysis on that, and that was accidental. I did not mean to give that full breakdown, but hope someone capitalized off of it nonetheless. Okay, USDCHF. We bought USDCHF last week, or I bought USDCHF last week, and we had this descending channel, and we got a breakout here, and I got a retest of this area, which was the 31.8. Now my ideal setup was for price to come down to the 50 Fibonacci level, which is right here, and I would still love for that to happen. So price could possibly come back down and form a expanding triangle. So that price could come back down, form this expanding triangle here, and then possibly continue up. Okay, and I'll keep setting this trend line as a barrier because I want to see how price reacts to it. Okay, if price breaks through, I'm going to be holding. If price starts to slow down as it inches towards that area, then I'll be closing, obviously, if it gives me a pattern. But for now, we're in it, holding it. We're up about 33 pips. Yeah, that's pretty much it on USDCHF. Like, not much else to talk about. Again, the breakdown is looking for price to push up to that area. Price could possibly come down lower again, give us another entry, and then push up. If price breaks through this trend line, looking for a setup to continue there. Alright, let's go to UJ. UJ is still ranging right here. Now this is very corrective movement. Like, what I would like to see is price push down one more time to the bottom here, and I would buy here off of a JCP based on my entry pattern. Once I get that, and after that I would buy all the way up to the top of here, see how price is approaching it, whether it's approaching it correctively like it did in these areas, or if it's approaching it impulsively. If it's approaching it impulsively, I'm looking for this trend line to break and go to that next trend line up there. Okay, so you guys can see my full like markup on this. I'll zoom out to higher time frames. Basically, I have a channel here working our way down to the bottom of here, and then we have on the weekly, we have a flat channel within a descending channel within another channel, and I believe there is another channel, or did I miscount last time? Yeah, must have miscounted. Alright, but yeah, overall price is inching its way down further, but in order for it to inch its way all the way down to here, it needs to break this demand zone that I have here. Until that happens, I'm looking for reversals at the moment. Okay, GBPNZD. Now, I'm really excited to get this off my list because I want to pay attention to different pairs. But GBPNZD always has some great opportunity, at least for my setups, and it's hard for me to ditch this pair. So let's go to the daily here. Now, last 2 weeks, we've been selling this. We caught a lot of pips. Even we caught it at the very top, actually. And we caught this full move down. We got another entry here, and then we caught another move down. I believe I definitely placed one more entry that hit SL on a pullback on the lower time frame, and I'll go down to the lower time frame and show you guys if you don't really understand what I'm saying right now. But yeah, let's talk about that first before moving on to what we're gonna do next. Okay, first entry on GBPNZD was all the way up here, like we said, all the way at the top. And then we caught another entry here, caught this nice little sell coming down here. And then I believe I entered a little bit early off this pullback right here. Right there. Okay, and then price pulled up. I then entered again. Yep. So I placed three smaller entries on here. I then entered again right here. Price hit TP on that trade. The first trade that I entered hit SL. The last trade that I entered was off of this small pullback. I was looking for price to be a little bit more aggressive as it went down, but it came down a little bit, then shot up and hit my SL. I believe my screenshots are sent out on that, so if you want to go back and review that, you can. And it looks like, yeah, there's one, and then that should be the SL that was hit. No, that was the trade that I was going to take. Alright, I just had some major deja vu on that. So let's go to the daily, where I'm about to break down the next move that I'm looking for. So overall, I'm looking for a buy here, and the reason I'm looking for a buy is really simple. Okay, if we look at the previous trend, we had a downtrend, and what happened to that downtrend? We got a break of the downtrend. All right, price came down to our demand zone, which is an area where we're looking to buy at, turned completely around and gave us an impulse. So now we got this correction. Now it's on our 50 Fibonacci level, and I'm looking for a pattern to tell me to buy this now. All right, now there's two time frames I could look for that pattern on. Since it's clearly you can see it on the daily time frame, I could look for it on the 1 hour time frame. Personally, I like to get in a little bit earlier, so I like to go down to my 30-minute. I don't often go to my 15-minute anymore. I usually went down to my 15-minute to gain multiple entries. So if I wanted like 4 entries on one particular move, I would just go to 15-minute and find every single pattern on the 15-minute and enter there. But right now, pretty much waiting for an engulfing candle or any other pattern there, and I will enter. That's your $1 million pair. Keep it. Can you look at? Yeah, no problem. I'll go ahead and look at Aussie yen. But yeah, that's pretty much the breakdown. Right now it's just patience. There's no entries at the moment, at least for me. And let's also, GJ is a good buy. Yeah, these are already sent, so I'm not gonna go into detail with those pairs unless someone asks about it. Okay. Entry on CADCHF. If someone took it, you should have hit take profit if you just set it to the high. Price came down, tested this. Now it didn't test it like I would like it to. I would like price to consolidate here a little bit more before continuing up, but nevertheless it retested the area and shot up like we wanted it to. But let's move on. Let's go to Aussie. For those that don't know how I do my analysis, it's really simple. It's just horizontal lines and trend lines. Let's set. Yeah, we're gonna have to set this area. Okay, and my ultimate goal of this and starting all these higher time frames is to box in price, right? I want to box in price and basically corner it, so it only has a few options to go. Few directions that it can go based off of my markup. It's nothing for me to do here. It's just a very steep uptrend. Okay, here we go. I would love to have a better zone here, but like at the moment, if I put it here, it's not doing nothing for me. So let's come to the left a little bit. We may have to up it up a little. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay, so the reason I drew that is because I saw both these. I saw the level below here, but I don't have a level above, and I zoomed out 3 times and I only saw one level. Finally saw this one. Again, this is a very steep uptrend, so I'm going to start a little bit higher on it. And right now, there's no reason to really go against the trend. Like, we are on the daily time frame, so these are significant moves, at least for AUDJPY. We have a strong impulse move right there, and price is pulling back. And right now, retesting this area right here. Okay. So I'm gonna go down to the 4 hours, see if this has actually created a pattern. But right now, my thinking at the moment is just keep on buying until that trend line breaks. Okay, so this is the actual picture that I have in my head. So price came down to this area, looking for price to continue scaling up all the way to there. And we can just simplify that by doing that. Or if price breaks this trend line, waiting for a correction and then looking for it to continue down. And if it continues down, I would honestly just set my target right here in this area first, and if price pushes past that, I mean, you can look for another entry or you can continue to hold that move that you have there. But always have an entry and exit plan. Always have an exit plan before you enter. Yeah. Impulse correction right there. Let's go down to the 4 hour. This looks nasty. All right. The thing that I'm saying looks nasty is that little engulfing candle right there. We do have this impulsive move, and price did begin a correction, and it still technically within that pattern. At the moment, price is gearing up to move down one more time. So I would wait for price to come down to this zone just one more time before actually buying this opportunity. And let's go ahead and put fibs on it. Yep, and retest that 61.8. That would be a beautiful trade. All right. And yeah, so let's draw it out. Boom, boom, boom. And from here just to that high is about 175 pips. I really only trade three pairs per week. I keep it between 2 to 3 per week. And the extra things that are on my list right now are just other things that I'm holding at the moment, and they're already, like, stop loss is already in profit, so I'm just still managing that trade. So there's nothing for me to really, I'm not really looking for entries on any of those. The 3 that I'm looking at for this week is definitely GBPNZD. Sorry about that. Definitely GBPNZD. EURUSD, and I'm already holding USDCHF and UJ. I'm just waiting on an opportunity on. Okay, so one of these are gonna get deleted. Right now, UJ is the most likely to get deleted because I don't have any positions that I'm holding there, and I don't like the pattern that it's forming. So by tomorrow, it's either gonna be here or it's gonna be gone. And honestly, with the Honestly, the less pairs that I pay attention to, generally the more profit that I actually gain. Simply because I don't fall into the trap of switching between these. Like, I'll be focusing on EURUSD, waiting on an opportunity here, and then an alert goes off on the other one. Like, you know what? If I'm focused and keyed in, I won't switch, and I'll still focus on this one, and then after I finish that, I'll move on to the next pair. But if I'm here at my laptop or like on my phone or something, and then the alert goes off and I'm waiting on a move on something, I'll probably switch over. But it's all process, all learning. All right, so last but not least, I know everybody in the chat loves gold, or at least most of y'all do. So that's the last pair I'll go over, since I'm not seeing any other requests. Yep. What? Okay. Let's delete everything. Well, let's review what I had here real quick. So basically, price broke this trend line. I was looking for a retest here and a JCP here. Obviously, that candle just blew past our zone. Doesn't look like he gave us a JCP, because that's a high momentum candle. Like, it didn't sit there and give us a pattern. All right, so our trade down here is pretty much close to break even. It's a little bit in profit, but we'll see. And if it's not good, we'll go ahead and close it. All right, what are we doing? Obviously, that's the high at the moment. This could possibly be our demand zone. We could set it here as well, because it's a little bit tighter. We'll readjust that level on our lower time frame if we have to. Let's go down to our weekly time frame. Obviously, it's a strong uptrend. Okay. Okay, so price is reacting within that little window. We have this strong impulsive move, and price is actually forming a triangle. And triangles, they can go either way. We're just pretty much waiting for a break of that triangle. And if you don't see it, I'll draw it on a lower time frame. Now, if I draw this uptrend, I mean, on here, it's below price. If I go to my daily and readjust it, it's still below price. Okay. Yep, so I'm still buying. As long as it's respecting the major uptrend, I'm still gonna buy. Not interested in the sell opportunities on gold at the moment, just because of how strong it's moving. So pretty much what I'm waiting for is either a break of this top. Correction. Whoa. Break of this top. Pattern to tell me price is going to continue up, and then look to buy up to this area. And then if price breaks through the bottom and actually breaks through this trend line, gives me a pattern, I'll look to sell at least down to this level. Okay, I am on the daily, so obviously there's going to be a lot more opportunities on the lower time frame. But yeah, there's the gold. So I'll still be holding this. Like, I mean, I risked what I was willing to lose. So if it does come all the way back to my stop loss, I'm fine with that. It doesn't really matter. Let's go to silver. Hey, Hey, I don't look at silver. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I don't study silver enough to give like a proper analysis. And apparently, I guess it's not gonna stop me from trying. I definitely do not like that. But I have to. All right. So prices ranging in between that area. We have this strong impulse. Price could potentially be forming a bearish pattern. We got a reversal pattern there as well. Pretty much just looking for price to test this area and see what it does, and possibly push up to there. My fault. All right, but yeah, pretty much price to test in this area. Again, I do not study silver, so do your own analysis on it. I've actually never backtested this pair either, because it's never really piqued my interest too much. But prices to retest that area, just look for a JCP on the 30-minute time frame and look for a push down. At least that's what I would look for on any other pair. And I'm assuming this moves like gold, or it's measured like gold on TradingView. If it is, I believe that's 117. All right, so that's it, guys. Really appreciate you guys hopping on. If you like the video, go ahead, give it a like and leave a comment. And if you want to keep up with the videos, go ahead, subscribe. Also, yesterday was the first day of the D4X Express Bootcamp. We actually got that kicked off. Thank you for everyone that joined, and I wish you the best of luck as you prepare to take the challenge for FTMO. So I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Hope everyone has a great week.